Okay, well, welcome everyone. All of our viewers, welcome to MbM's live chats. Today, I am your host, Emily Bollon. I'm the founder and director of Motivation by Music, and I'm joined today by, look at these beautiful people, 4 of them, members of our virtual workshop choir. So we've got Sophia.
Hi.
We've got Joseba.
Hello.
We've got David.
Hello.
And we've got the celebrity Jonny.
Hey.
Who is
hardly a celebrity.
Currently commuting to a football match, which is awesome. It's all very real and very live. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. And we're really, really excited to hear about your experience being a part of Motivation by Music's first ever virtual workshop choir. So I'm going to give a little bit of background to those watching before we dive into some questions. So I'm from Southampton and I spent a lot of time in Canada, and in 2009 I moved to Guildford to go to university. And so I then, after leaving university, stayed in Guildford and started Motivation by Music. So all of my local choirs have been based around that area. And I always thought it was really sad that friends I have in Southampton and even Canada could never come and be a part of those choirs. But this year, all of the choirs have moved online, which opened us up to the...
Oh, God. So, like, looky, man. You're a fake Man United fan. You're at your dad's warehouse.
Right, that's Johnny's mate. So I'm just going to mute you for the time being, Jonny. It's getting a lift. Okay, so, yeah, I always felt it was sad that they couldn't come and be a part of those choirs. But we moved online, which opened up the possibility to have people from further afield. And that sparked the idea for our virtual workshop choir. So in September, we had a taster session. And then we ran through the whole of October, 4 weeks learning one song and recording ourselves ready for Saturday's Christmas concert. So it was an absolutely weird and wonderful experience seeing friends from my home church, from school, teachers from school, university, friends that have gone all the way around the globe, coming and being in one choir rehearsal. It was so weird and I absolutely loved it. So I'm really excited to hear from these guys about how they got involved and how they found it. So here we go. Let's delve in. So let's start with how you guys know me. So the virtual workshop choir, we didn't advertise it anywhere. We just kind of invited people who I thought vaguely might be interested in being a part of it. And you guys said yes. So thanks for that. So why don't we start with you, Sophia? How do you know me?
Well, I spent a year in Guildford. I'm from Germany and I wanted to study abroad. And then I met you on a muddy soccer field where we were playing ultimate frisbee. And you said I should join your gospel choir. And I said I would. And then you were really surprised that I actually did.
Oh, I love it. I didn't know which one came first, whether it was frisbee or choir, but they were like the 2 big main parts of my university experience. So lucky me, I got to share both of those with you. Yeah. Awesome. So were you in gospel choir for the whole year that you were in England?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So good. Love it. Let's go to David. How do we know each other?
Right. I used to teach computing at the University of Surrey. I really enjoyed singing, and so I used to sing in the university choir. I didn't know you at that time, but no. you were president of the Students' Union, but you had been a music student of the university. And can I tell them, Emily, I believe you did really well, and I believe you've got a first-class degree in music.
I did get a first class.
Yes, I thought you did. But at that time, you decided you were going to set up a gospel choir for the staff, and I joined it. I'd never sung that sort of music at all. It was so different, and I just loved it. You were so dynamic, the classes were so friendly, and you encouraged us all the time to express ourselves. You really got the best out of us. your gospel choir clashed with my university choir, but I decided I was jolly well going to do your gospel choir, and so I did the whole of your gospel choir every week, and then did just half of the university choir. So that's how I met you.
Oh, and David, when we talk about expression, David is one of the most beautifully expressive members of any of my
Oh
choirs.
yeah, I like doing all this.
I love it. And I remember whenever, so David has been one of those people that yeah, maybe hasn't been a regular member of any of our current weekly choirs, but anytime we do like a big concert or a big joint thing, I always message David and he's always up for it, which is
Just
awesome.
right, yes.
And you really raise the bar of expression, I think, which is awesome. We love your energy, David. All right, let's go to Jonny. You have permission to unmute yourself there, Jonny. Or do you want me to do it? Is it easier?
I've unmuted myself. I'm okay. Yeah.
Well
Hello.
done, well done. So, Jonny, how did we meet?
I believe we met on a beach in Rimini, playing ultimate frisbee on uni sports tour. But yeah, I brought my guitar up and I was just like, hey, you look like friendly people. I'll just come and sit and chat and enjoy the sunshine. And then we hit things off from there and saw each other at every frisbee tournament. I came down to Sling Fest at Christmas and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I even met Sophia that year. Well, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
all good fun.
And Jonny, didn't you come and visit me at uni? I feel like we've got some recordings of us just singing
We have.
in the kitchen.
Yeah. I came to visit you. I came to visit Rox, Roxana Pope. Yeah, she both of you kind of enjoyed my music, so I came and helped you with your music. Back then, still now, I love procrastinating and doing anything apart from what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's how we met. Yeah.
Awesome. So there we go. So there's a slight connection there with the ultimate frisbee, but yeah, Jonny and I actually met in Italy, which is wild. It is Italy, isn't it? Rimini, is it?
Yeah.
Not good at geography. Okay, so Joseba, how did we meet?
Also at the University of Surrey. So when I did my undergrad degree then, and I don't know what came first though, whether it was the gospel choir or whether it was the surf and wake club, because you were also quite active, not just the ultimate frisbee and gospel choir, but also the wake club. And we were one of the first girls who ended up being in the wakeboarding society. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And then I remember the gospel choir sessions being a blast, like every Monday night, I think it was back then, coming home all jolly. Just remember that. So yeah, I think our friendship developed during that time as well, just all of the different activities that we got engaged with. And yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. Now, it might seem to our watchers that we've just got a load of people that are connected at the University of Surrey, but it doesn't mean that we're all really local. I mean, all of you have kind of you're spread about the place. So where are you all based? David, where are you based?
I'm about 10 miles from Guildford. I'm 3 miles on the London side of Woking at a place called Woodham.
Oh, there you go. Lovely. So a little bit further outside of Guildford. Jonny, where are you based?
I'm based in Bedford.
Bedford. So
a little bit north.
How long would it take you to get to Guildford, do you think?
At least a couple of hours on a relatively, I'd have to swap trains in London. So yeah, probably 2 to 2.5 hours. I think I did it once. Straight through.
So you wouldn't really want to join a choir down in Guildford and commute after work at that would be quite mad. Okay, so still relatively local, but yeah, still not possible to be a part of a regular choir. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Sophia, where are you?
I'm in Hamburg in Germany right now. Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely not going to hop on a train every week.
No, on a plane maybe.
And Joseba, where are you?
Also Germany, near Frankfurt. So.
There you go. Awesome. So it was amazing to be able to get you guys involved in the choir. So you probably all received a message from me, hey, I'm putting together this choir, would you be up for it? What was it that made you want to participate in a choir online, learning a Christmas song in October? So what went through your head? What made you want to take part? Let's go to you, David.
Right. Well, you and I have kept in touch over the last 7 years, but I only get involved with you occasionally because I've got so many activities that your projects tend to clash with what I'm doing. However, you told me by email about this particular project, and I was free, and I thought, I'm going to go for that. I'm really going to do it because I really enjoy working with you. The additional bonus was that it was online, and as I say, I'm 10 miles from Guildford, and it saved me travelling. That was essentially why I got involved.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And David in rehearsals was often cooking dinner and showing us what he was.
And I will be doing that tonight as well.
I love it. Multitasking as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Joseba, why did you decide to take part?
Yeah, I thought, why not? I mean, you're really good at what you do. And you had set up a taster session. I thought, okay, I'll join in. I'm free that evening, works out. Yeah, and then I just really enjoyed the taster session. And considering it was online, it worked so well, and it was a lot of fun. Yes, we couldn't hear each other, but we were still there. We were still singing. We were still, you prepped Christmas songs as well to warm up. And so the spirit was still there across all these different places where everybody was joining in from. And I thought, okay, I want to continue doing this the next couple of weeks and record something at the end. Just go with the flow, motto, you know.
I love it. I love it. So good. So good. Sophia, what made you want to take part? Had you been singing after you were at the University of Surrey?
Yeah, I have, but only for a year or something. But I love Christmas. It's my favorite season of the whole year, and I always have to hold myself back not to sing Christmas songs all year round. So I was like, oh my God, yes, I can finally start singing them in October again. And then since I left England, I've always been following you on social media, and I thought, oh my God, it's so amazing what you're doing, all the choirs you're directing, and I always kind of dreamt of coming back maybe someday and having you as a choir leader once again. So when you asked me, I was like, okay, yeah, of course, I will join.
Oh, I love that. And I love loads of people kind of roll their eyes, don't they, if you're like, a Christmas song in October? No, I shan't do it. So it's so nice to hear someone that's like, yes, finally. Right, I get permission to sing it early. I love it. Jonny, what made you, obviously, other than procrastinating from things you should be doing, what made you want to join the choir?
I think it just, the timing just kind of worked well with, I think I had a little bit of time off. You'd kind of emailed me while I was in a good mood. I was about to go to Wales. Yeah, I just was having some downtime. I just sent off my portfolio for my diploma, which I passed last week, so I'm really happy. So yeah, and yeah, so it's just, I thought, you know, why not? I've kind of accomplished quite a lot this year, and I've only been accomplishing more since I've been saying kind of yes, and kind of maintaining quite an upbeat spirit this year. So
yeah, well done. That's awesome. And Jonny, any like favorite memories from the rehearsals? Anything that kind of stood out to you?
I think just that kind of awkward silence of not being able to hear everyone, but just enjoying everyone's slightly maniacal hand gestures and facial expressions, and it was just really nice to have a big crowd of faces on my screen. It was nice.
Yeah, really, really nice. Yeah. And Joseba, any memories specifically from the rehearsals? Anything you really enjoyed about them?
I think there's two things. One that pops to my mind is the interesting, weird costumes that people were wearing in between. I mean, it was the Christmas theme. You'd have some like reindeer antlers or jingle bells going on, or already a Christmas tree up, you know, Christmas spirit coming up early. That was always fun. I didn't have anything Christmassy to wear, but you know, you'd still make it work. It's cool. And the other thing is, and I'm sure this happened to many other people joining in at home, is the fact that someone else who's living with you will just be like, was that you singing? What was all that about? Or something along those lines, because I have a roommate, and then she'd be like, oh, it was really good. Or I don't know what comments come, but that's always a fun one, because usually if you show up in the real life choirs, everybody's doing the same thing, doing your business in the room. But when you're at home, you probably live with someone who's not doing what you are doing right now.
Yeah. Yes, you get to kind of practice having like audience members kind of, you know, in other other rooms. It's probably quite enjoyable for people to listen to rather than some rubbish they're watching on Netflix or whatever. Hearing someone sing away and whatever is probably a really, really lovely thing. Maybe not for poor Johnny's wife. We'll get to that when he came to the recording time. That took a while, didn't it, Johnny? Sophia, any lovely memories from the rehearsals? What did you enjoy about them?
I enjoyed meeting new people this year because it was really hard to meet new people outside your four walls. So this was the perfect opportunity. And I also really enjoyed your creative warm-ups, especially the one with the bumblebee. That is kind of my favorite memory. I kept singing that song over and over again. Really
I love that. I love that. Hey, having a bit of joy and having some fun during this really crazy, weird year. Hey, David, any particular memories, things you enjoyed?
Well, there's lots. I mean, the songs are so lovely. Your own compositions, I really enjoyed that. And you make it so easy for us to learn. You don't need to read music. And the workshops are amusing. I mean, at the end, I go away happy with a warm glow and I feel a sense of achievement. And everyone participates. It's all so friendly. We get to know one another and we work together. In a nutshell, it's just fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I love those sessions. I felt so, and yeah, every time I'd finish the rehearsal, I was always like, that was so crazy, still seeing all of those different faces I know from different places. And also it was amazing because the sessions were recorded because we wanted to make them really accessible. So we had members that maybe weren't joining us live because of the time difference or because of kids or whatever it might be. But we had members that are in Hong Kong, in Sri Lanka, in Canada, being a part of the choir as well, even though they couldn't make it live. So on Saturday, we'll see all of the faces together singing and we'll be able to hear all of those voices. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited. So let's talk about the recording then. How did you find doing the recording? So as you kind of alluded to, you couldn't really hear each other in the rehearsal. So you didn't really have an idea of, well, how is everyone sounding and how's it kind of going? And then you have to record your voice, absolutely naked voice, into a smartphone or something like that, send it my way, and then sing along all joyful in your own room. How did you find that experience? Have any of you done anything like that before? And yeah, just kind of talk us through it. David, how did you find it?
The first recording I've ever done was for you, not for this project, for an earlier project, but I've now done it a few times. I find it challenging, but very satisfying. I have to do several takes before I'm satisfied with them. And I listen to my takes and it's only then I realize what my faults are. So I learn a lot about myself. For me personally, I find the visual side easy. I do all this sort of thing naturally, but the sound, I'm never satisfied with the sound. I've got to keep redoing it. Naturally, I'm a bass, and so I sing tenor in your choir because there isn't a bass part, and so I find some of the high notes challenging. If we've got repeated D sharps, the D sharp just above middle C, is that a D sharp 4? Is it?
Yeah.
I find I can manage the odd one, but when you've got 2 or 3 in a row, I find that a real challenge. But you teach us how to prepare ourselves and how to extend our range, and I found that really useful. So I'm really glad I did it.
Yeah, awesome. So kind of that self-reflection and development rather than just nailing something first time, like really using that as an opportunity to develop. Again, is such a welcome distraction from some of the not so great stuff that's been happening this year, and that is a struggle. Gives your mind something really positive to focus on and to develop and grow and feel really chuffed with yourself about afterwards. So Joseba, did your flatmates enjoy when you were recording?
She was out. She works with kids, so during the day she was out, and I did home office, so I took the chance to use the daylight in our short days at the moment. So that's okay. I didn't have any distractions, but I do find it challenging. I don't like seeing myself on video so much as I recording, I don't find it so bad. But yeah, I think what David said is really insightful, that yeah, you do learn. It didn't click to me as much as when he said it right now. It's very true. And you know what, at the end of the day, it's gonna be used to actually bring the choir together. It's not just the one person singing, in that case, like me just singing, it's everyone together. Yeah. So I'm really excited to hear the final product, or the finished item on Saturday. I think I haven't heard it yet, so it's going to be absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's just a few minutes. Your personality definitely comes to shine when you realize, okay, am I the person who takes 10,000 takes and videos until you find the right one, or I'm just going to take 5 and just be like, oh, you know what, just send that one to him.
Yeah, exactly. You start realizing if you have perfectionist tendencies. Absolutely. Yeah, but you're totally right. Yeah, so to anyone watching, none of the choirs have seen the final product, so this is a surprise for everyone. So everyone's in eager anticipation of what is it going to be like. And you're so right. You know, I think when we record ourselves, we think, how do I look, and have I got a pimple on my face, and how's my hair, and we can get really or have I hit that note correctly? But when everyone's together, there's such a power in being together. You won't notice little things about everyone. You just notice this collective voice and sound and visual thing, which is great. Jonny, you stepped in pretty last minute to do the solo for this. We originally had a friend that was going to do it who was unfortunately unable to do it, and I know Jonny's got that confidence because he just came up to us on a beach in Rimini and said, I'm gonna sing you a song. So I knew he had that confidence. But how did you find the recording of it? You had to do your choir part and then a solo.
Yeah, I think I wasn't really very nervous about the choir part, although, like David says, as a bass myself as well, that it was quite high. And I just thought, oh yeah, this is something I'll do in an hour. It'll be easy. And then the added pressure of having the solo, and the wife just kind of, oh, holy night, holy night, holy night. She was like, stop singing the same thing over and over and over again. So yeah.
Dear, oh dear. You nailed it. You poor thing.
I get that.
I get that. Yeah, really good. And Sophia, how did you find the recording?
Really interesting. I never recorded a video and my voice like that. And I remember you telling us before we should look into the camera and we should smile at all times. So the first video I took, I was like singing. And then you said smile. I was like, so the first track was like, oh my God, I have to do it again. That was really a good learning experience, to see the way your face expresses when you are really focused and someone tells you to smile.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that in performances, because you don't get to see yourself, right, when you're performing on a stage. And as a choir leader, I'm always doing this, smile, and everyone's like, I am smiling. But yeah, when you get to see a video of yourself, you're like, oh no, I'm not. So it's tricky to try and get your lyrics right, your part right, to be smiling the whole time. It's not an easy task. Well done to everyone. And the hours of work that goes into it, you know, this isn't people just doing one take and it's done, or one rehearsal. You know, people have put really time and energy into this, which is amazing, and we're so excited, and we hope that everyone really enjoys it. So let's finish off with, how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to see the concert on Saturday?
10.
10 with incredible enthusiasm.
No, 10 for sure.
10. Go on, David.
Oh, you won't like it. Right, I'm going to give you 9. Now, hang on, I'm going to qualify it.
Okay, go on.
I would love to give you a 10. But next time's going to be even more exciting, and I've got to reserve that extra point for next time. I give you 10. You're really worth a 10.
I love it. Now, good point.
Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, thank you. Next time, I really like. I mean, it's a whole year until the next Christmas, right? But for anyone watching who is like, I've never thought about joining a choir or even a choir online. That sounds crazy. Listen to these guys' stories. They enjoyed it. It was a way of connecting with people, a way of developing yourself, just smiling and feeling joyful, lifting your spirits. And as we go into, you know, these dark winter days and these colder nights, we are still delivering virtual choir sessions. So all of our choirs are joining together 3 times a week. Monday night 7 till 8, Wednesday night 7 till 8, and Friday afternoons 1 till 2. And so if you are interested in taking a part of that, sign up. You can email me at emily@motivationbymusic.com and come and be a part of our virtual community. You know, most of these guys haven't ever met each other in person, and yet there's this kind of shared experience, and I'm sure you guys would recognize each other. Like if you saw David walking down the street, you'd be like, oh, that's David. And you probably feel like they're famous because it's like, I've seen them on the TV, on the screen. You know, it's amazing. So yeah, I do encourage you guys, come and be a part of our amazing virtual choirs that we've got going on through January and February. So to our virtual workshop choir members, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this choir and for trusting me. You know, I was so nervous to do this. It was a massive step out of my comfort zone to invite friends of mine to come and be a part of my choirs that maybe haven't been a part of our Motivation by Music choirs before. So thank you so much for believing in me that it was worth it and it would be worth the energy. And I really hope that you enjoy the concert this Saturday, 7 o'clock UK time. What time is that for you guys in Germany? 8 o'clock in Germany. Come tune in at YouTube/Motivate by Music and you won't be disappointed. Lovely. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We're going to say bye to Instagram. Bye.
Bye.
And we're going to say bye to Facebook. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
See ya.